So Sirach 18, verse 9. The number of a man's days is great if he reaches 100 years. Like a drop of water from the sea and a grain of sand, so are a few years in the day of eternity. This is kind of just what we were talking about, right? If we live to be 100, that's pretty old. Not many people live to be centurions, but that's nothing in the time of God or in the time of 100 trillion years from now. It's a grain of sand. Therefore, the Lord is patient with them and pours out his mercy upon them. He sees and recognizes that their end will be evil. Therefore, he grants them forgiveness in abundance. The compassion of man is for his neighbor, but the compassion of the Lord is for all living beings. He rebukes and trains and teaches them and turns them back as a shepherd his flock. He has compassion on those who accept his discipline and who are eager for his judgments. My son, do not mix reproach with your good deeds, nor cause grief by your words when you present a gift. Does not the dew assuage the scorching heat? So a word is better than a gift. Indeed, does not a word surpass a good gift? Both are to be found in a gracious man. A fool is ungracious and abusive, and the gift of a grudging man makes the eyes dim. Before you speak, learn, and before you fall ill, take care of your health. So before you speak, learn. So we should know what we're talking about before we speak. That's pretty wise words for today's. So, learn first. Before judgment, examine yourself. In the hour of visitation, you will find forgiveness. Before falling ill, humble yourself, and when you are on the point of sinning, turn back. So we need to be ready for death too. We don't know when that'll be, but we should be ready. Let nothing hinder you from paying a vow promptly, and do not wait until death to be released from it. Before making a vow, prepare yourself, and do not be like a man who tempts the Lord. So especially if we make a promise to God, we need to fulfill it, is what he's saying. Think of his wrath on the day of death, and of the moment of vengeance when he turns away his face. In the time of plenty, think of the time of hunger. In the days of wealth, think of poverty and need. From morning to evening, conditions change, and all things move swiftly before the Lord. So life changes swiftly. We don't know. Even from the morning till the night, especially in Michigan, the weather could change 100%, but our life could change that quickly too. So many people, they could have an illness, and all of a sudden they're in the hospital. They start the morning fine, and by the end of the day, they're in the hospital. A wise man is cautious in everything, and in days of sin, he guards against wrongdoing. Every intelligent man knows wisdom, and he praises the one who finds her. Those who understand sayings become skilled themselves and pour forth apt proverbs. Do not follow your base desires, but restrain your appetites. So, self-mastery, pursue virtues, flee from vices, right? So, pursue virtues, flee vices. So, that's something that is not seen that much in this culture, but we need to pursue virtues. Pursue self-mastery. That's another important point that we need to do. If you allow your soul to take pleasure in base desire, it will make you a laughingstock of your enemies. Do not revel in great luxury, lest you become impoverished by its expense. Do not become a beggar by feasting with borrowed money when you have nothing in your purse. True wisdom contrasted to cleverness and evil. A workman who is a drunkard will not become rich. This is seen on the construction sites quite a bit. They'll get a check for $1,200 or $1,500, and gone at the bar. And The boss will have to go to jail and get him out come Monday morning. Yep. He who despises small things will fail little by little. Wine and women lead intelligent men astray. And the man who consorts with harlots is very reckless. Decay and worms will inherit him, and the reckless soul will be snatched away. One who trusts others too quickly is light-minded, and one who sins does wrong to himself. One who rejoices in wickedness will be condemned. And for one who hates gossip, evil is lessened. Never repeat a conversation, and you will lose nothing at all. With friend or foe, do not report it. And unless it would be a sin for you, do not disclose it. For someone has heard you and watched you, and when the time comes, he will hate you. Have you heard a word? Let it die with you. Be brave. It will not make you burst. And so, this is about gossip. And so when you hear something, it's better not to repeat it. and that's important because, different people struggle with this more than others. Usually when I hear something, it goes in one ear and out the other. So it's, like that kind of stuff, because I'm like, I don't know if it's true. I'm kind of trying not to repeat things because if you don't know it's true, one. And two, it's not mine to repeat. And three, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And four, if you've been the victim of gossip, then you know the harm and damage it does. It's actually part of what commandment is it a defense against? Kill, thou shalt not kill. Yep, because you're killing the reputation of somebody. With such a word, a fool will suffer pangs like a woman in labor with a child. Like an arrow stuck in the flesh of the thigh, so is a word inside a fool. He can't wait to get it out. Right? Question a friend, perhaps he did not do it. But if he did anything, so that he may do it no more. Question a neighbor, perhaps he did not say it. But if he said it, so that he may not say it again. Question a friend, for often it is slander. So do not believe everything you hear. A person may make a slip without intending it. Who has never sinned with his tongue? And what did James say? He said the tongue is like a rudder, and it'll guide the whole ship in one direction or the other. And St. James was really very pointed about this, that we have to watch our speech, and that every word will be judged upon every word that we utter. Think about that. Every word you ever uttered, you will be judged upon. Question your neighbor before you threaten him, and let the law of the Most High take its course. All wisdom is the fear of the Lord, and in all wisdom there is fulfillment of the law. But the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, nor is there prudence where sinners take counsel. There is cleverness which is abominable, but there is a fool who merely lacks wisdom. Intelligence used for evil is not only unwise, it is detestable, far worse than mere foolishness. There is cleverness which is scrupulous but unjust. One can be meticulous and precise yet dishonest, it says here. And there are people who distort kindness to gain, what do they gain? A verdict. There is a rascal bow down in the morning, but inwardly he is filled with deceit. So this is someone who shows false humility. He hides his face and pretends not to hear, but where no one notices, he will forestall you. And if by lack of strength he is prevented from sinning, he will do evil when he finds the opportunity. A man is known by his appearance, and a sensible man is known by his face when you meet him. A man's attire and open-mouthed laughter and a man's manner of walking show what he is. So I guess you judge people by the cover? It kind of says that, I mean, there are certain things that you can tell from people's appearance, right? I think that's...
By the cover.
What's that?
Don't judge a man by the cover.
Well, and a lot of people, that's the first impression.
Right, there is a first impression that's given. And so, I mean, that's kind of what it's saying, too, at that point. But, I mean, you really... even though deceivers mask their true intentions, the wise are able to read people and recognize one who is sensible. That's kind of what it's saying here. And so, on silence and speech, there is reproof which is not timely, and there is a man who keeps silent but is wise. How much better it is to reprove than to stay angry. And the one who confesses his fault will be kept from a loss. Like a eunuch's desire to violate a maiden is a man who executes judgments by violence. There is one who, by keeping silent, is found wise, while another is detested for being too talkative. So, silence is golden. That's what... there is one who keeps silent because he has no answer, while another keeps silent because he knows when to speak. A wise man will be silent until the right moment, but a braggart and a fool goes beyond the right moment. Whoever uses too many words will be loathed, and whoever usurps the right to speak will be hated. There may be good fortune for man in adversity, and a windfall may result in loss. There is a gift that profits you nothing, and there is a gift that brings a double return. There are losses because of glory, and there are men who have raised their heads from humble circumstances. There is a man who buys much for little, but pays for it 7 times over. What seems like a bargain may cost you more than expected, it says here. The wise man makes himself beloved through his words, but the curtsies of a fool are wasted. The speech of a wise person has a power of attraction. By contrast, people will see through just flattery. So some people just say flatteries, and that's not so great. I think we'll stop there. We're at the
We ended on
20, verse 13.
Right.
And so as we approach, I think that's... think about the cross this week as you're coming into Mass, and just, if you can, every day until now, until, Sunday, think about the cross and think about just what Jesus went through for each and every one of us, the love that he had to die on a cross, being the creator of all things, being God himself. And think about now he's the mediator between the Father and us. And ask him to, try to live your life. Live him as Lord. Do we actually treat him? Kind of examine your relationship with Jesus at this point. That's what I would request you guys do if you can before next week.